Hey, what's up guys? My name is Kyle Warner and today I'm going to show you guys how to manual. Alright, so manualing is basically a wheelie but without having a pedal. It's one of the foundations of mountain biking and it's a really useful tool to learn. So you can kind of manual in between rollers to carry momentum. You can use it to get up and over obstacles, and also coming into drops, knowing how to manual can help you hit a drop a little bit slower in case it's like out of a turn or something and you don't have as much momentum. So it's definitely one of the foundations of mountain biking. And today I'm going to use my girlfriend and kind of coach her through the proper technique, and then hopefully it can help translate to you. So I'm excited to do this video. Let's get into it. We'll bring April in and see how she does. All right, so this is my girlfriend, April.
Hey guys.
So today we're going to try to get her to manual. So we'll see how it goes. First thing we did is we set up some cones. So we have cones kind of set up about 6 to 8 feet apart. The reason that I like using cones or cracks in the sidewalk is basically it gives you a goal. So having a goal is nice because then you can kind of like look ahead, look where you're going, and that'll help you keep your front wheel up. We're gonna basically have her do a full run through on her own, no advice at all, see what it looks like. And then I'll kind of give her some pointers on technique, and then we'll see if we can get her doing this distance and then maybe on a trail or on the pump track later.
All right, sweet, let's do it.
All right, it sounds good. All right, April wanted me to do one for you guys to show you. So here, compress, balance. And that's a manual. All right, April, are you ready? Okay. That was pretty good. All right, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
How do you feel that went? What do you think you should do different, or do you even know?
I don't even know. I feel like probably everything.
No, I think you did really good though. There's a few little things I saw with your body position.
Okay.
So I'll grab the bike rack and we're gonna throw you in the bike rack and then we'll walk through technique.
Okay.
All right, so to help her kind of walk through the technique, I brought out a small little bike stand. Basically, this is gonna help her stay side to side stable, where I can kind of hold her in position. She can figure out the body's position and work from there. Another really good tool for doing this is building like a manual trainer. So I have a video, I'll put the link in the description of how to build a manual trainer, but that really helps get your body position right and get you comfortable kind of staying back on the bike. So let's go ahead. We're gonna get April to get on this thing, and then we're gonna kind of walk through her body position and get her in the right spot. All right, hop on. Cool. So when you're doing a manual, the first thing you wanna really make sure is that you have your feet level. So she's doing a good job there. When you're coming into the manual, having a little bit more speed will help. Going slow on a manual is hard. I know April likes to be in a little bit harder gear so she can kind of get a little bit more speed and a little bit more torque. But number one thing is make sure your feet are level when you go to manual. All right, so from here, what are you gonna do next?
Stand up?
Yep. So she's gonna get in a good standing position and kind of coast into the manual. And then from here, what I always like to do is I like to drop my front heel slightly. So that'll kind of shift your weight back a little bit, and then head up a little bit. And then she's basically, her goal is to try to get her hip bone, which is here. She's gonna try to get that hip bone past the rear axle. So the shorter you are, the harder this is to do. But if you watch, when I bring the bike up, the higher the bike gets, the less she has to be leaned back and the more her hip is past the axle. But if we're down here and we're not getting very high, then it just wants to drop. So if you're tall, you can get away with doing really low manuals. If you're a little bit shorter, you kind of have to get the front wheel high just so that you know, where your cranks are to where your rear axle is gets shortened up because it's rotating like this. So let's do one more test. So she'll pop, boom, and then right about there is her balance point right now. So her front wheel is pretty high. So things you can do if you're a little bit scared of your front wheel being this high, squat your legs a little bit more, so bend, and then push your butt back. So then that kind of brings your manual point down a little bit to here.
And what should I be pulling with?
That's a good point. So another thing that I see a lot of people do that I did a bad job explaining is I see a lot of people go into the manual and they pull like this, and you kind of do the T-Rex arms. So you don't want T-Rex arms. You want your arms to be pretty much locked because that way they're even. So that'll keep you from pulling harder on one side and getting that sideways angle. If your arms are locked, they're pretty even, so that'll help you a lot. So what I like to do is almost like a kettlebell swing where your arms are locked and you use your hips to initiate it versus like doing a pull.
Right.
And then another tip that I want to show you guys is we'll get back up in that manual position really quick. Okay, so she's pretty balanced right here, like I'm not doing much. Now put your head down. So when she puts her head down, it drops the front end. So I see a lot of times people will be going towards their goal. They look at it and then they look down and it drops the front end. So sometimes you can even just look down with your eyeballs, keep your head up so it'll keep your weight back. Or sometimes I'll look a little bit past my goal. So say I'm trying to manual to this cone, maybe I'll look 2 feet past it. That way when I get to it, I'm still, looking a little bit.
So if I feel like I'm gonna loop out,
yeah,
what do I do?
All right, so she had a question of if she feels like she's gonna go over the back and loop out, what should you do? And that's the biggest thing you can do for that is cover your rear brake with at least 1 finger. And basically the rear brake will keep you from going any higher. I like to cover my brake and have it slightly squeezed the whole time. That way I can kind of modulate. Okay. So if I'm manualing down a trail, like a lot of times you'll see us jump and land in a manual, I land with my finger slightly on the brake, and that way if I'm gonna loop out, I can squeeze it really quick, and if I'm not gonna get enough lift on the front wheel, I let go of the brake and it'll bring me out. Okay. So let's do it one more time. Okay. So feet level, heel down, little compression, and then pop back, boom! Do you feel that?
Yeah.
So that was perfect, and now she's in a good balance point. Again, this is a little bit scary, but on a mountain bike and with a shorter person, you have to get a little higher than you think. If you really wanna learn how to manual without having to get so high, then a BMX bike or a dirt jumper helps a lot because the rear end is a lot shorter. And basically, like I said, a manual starts when your hip bone here gets past the rear axle point. You think you can remember all that?
We'll see.
She's doing pretty good already, so I think with a little bit of these tips, it'll help her a lot, and we're gonna see if she can manual through this little section.
All right.
You got it. Okay. All right, she said she wants a little bit more run-in and a little bit more cone distance. So we'll see. Let's see how she does. Dude! Yeah! Dude, that was sick.
Thanks.
That was perfect, honestly. I think that if you just keep doing that and you practice a little bit, you're gonna like have it perfect.
Sweet.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
Do you want to do a couple more?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see if we can get it dialed in. She's basically doing everything perfect, and she just needs a little bit more repetition. She's gonna have it locked in, but the technique is there. She's dropping her front heel, she's squatting down, she has her arms locked, like that's literally perfect. So everything that she's doing technique-wise is perfect, and all she needs to do is just a little bit more practice. And once you get more reps on it, I mean, I did so many reps, like out in front of my house on the sidewalk, just doing a million laps on just 2 cracks, 3 cracks, 4 cracks, 5 cracks in the sidewalk, and then eventually you can just go as long as you want. So I think with practice, she's gonna have it perfect, but I don't know about you, but I think maybe we could try to apply this on the pump track a little bit. All right, so we came over here to the pump track. You look nervous.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna try to do, because she's actually done it before, but she had a pretty bad crash when she was first learning how to ride.
Yeah.
And you thought you were hot stuff for a minute, right?
It was the first day on a dirt jumper.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. So she has a little bit of PTSD on these rollers, exactly. So I think that now she has the technique down. We're gonna try to get her to go through it again, but only if you want to, like no pressure.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you can do it.
I'll try.
Okay.
I need to get over it.
Yeah, totally.
I want you to show me what I should do because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. I'll just show you, I guess, then. The first one looks to be the flattest, so it's a little bit longer, but it's flat. So that one could be good if you want to just like not have to worry about the bike dropping so much. The second one, which is over here, has a little bit kind of more camel's hump, so that one's gonna kind of squirt your bike out in front a little bit faster, so that one will be a little bit more aggressive. And then the third one is pretty steep, but it's really short, so it's kind of up to you, but I'll just run through it and you can see which one looks more comfortable.
Okay. That's the first one. Second, third.
Does that look okay?
I don't know. I need to see again. I was too focused on filming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to see again just for my own.
Okay. I'll do another one without the camera then.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if that helped you at all, but.
It did, because now I understand what the goal is. The goal is to get on the lip, get your front wheel up and not touch the middle, and then to drop on the back side of the tabletop. Okay. I get it now.
All right. You don't got to get crazy with it. Just do those nice little manuals.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. So that was really good actually, just for the first run. What I see a lot of people do, and kind of what you did too, is you're trying to lift up before your tire goes off the end of the jump.
Oh yeah.
So just be patient.
Okay.
It's scary. I know it's scary and you're nervous and it's hard, but when you're trying to manual roller like this, you really have to just let your bike ride all the way off the roller before you try to set back. Because if you set back at the bottom of the roller, then once your bike compresses, it kicks you forward and you lose all your pop.
Okay.
So just be patient and just ride off a little bit longer.
Okay.
All right, you got it. Yeah, that was like 3. Dude, you did so good.
Thanks.
That was sick. Good job.
Look good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for coming out and letting me help you. And I hope you guys can kind of relate to her struggles a little bit. And hopefully this video helps you guys out. Do you want to go over like what you learned one time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, I need to have my feet flat, front foot dropped, heel.
Yep.
And then I need to look straight, and then arms slightly bent, locked.
To get the compression.
Yeah, and then compression, and I need to go back with my hips and get it at least with my axle.
Yep, get your hip bone past through your axle, and then when you do that, your arms will be locked out. And then, yeah, you did awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really fun kind of watching her progress. She's been scared of this for a while and just wanted to kind of conquer that fear. And with the right technique, you can do anything. So I've been wanting to do these videos for a little while, and I'm just happy that she was able to help me and get it done for you guys. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, throw them in the comment section below, and I'll try to get to those as much as I can. And then if you could like and subscribe this video, that'd be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. And I think we're gonna try to do a few more in the future, some drops and jumps.
Do you guys want to see more?
So yeah, I'll do like drops and jumps and all these other ones in the future. So if you guys do want to see that, definitely subscribe and stay tuned, and we'll get that done. So
Thank you.
Good job. Killed it. All right, see you guys later.